Welcome to Shameless. Here we explore the transformative power of courage and action.
Thank you for joining us today. If you've enjoyed our conversations and you want to have more insightful discussions and hear from other incredible guests, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us to grow and continue bringing this amazing content. Thanks for joining in and enjoy today's episode of Shameless Podcast. And the thing about marketing, like you talked about, it's largely about communication. Communication serves us in multiple different facets, and marketing is one of them. In any business, any forum, any space, any community, your ability to communicate is incredibly important. And that's where that part where empathy falls in play. And what you're saying is, if I'm able to visualize myself in a space, in a room, what would the other person be also thinking and feeling? And if I can manage to provide that human touch, that empathy towards the experience that we're about to have, surely I'm going to be successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Callum, you've moved from healthcare products, skin products, beard oil or skin oil, but at the end of the day, you've now ended up within a marketing space or content creation space. What have you felt in terms of your relationship with failure, or any experiences that you've had through your journey that you go, damn, this is a kick in the teeth and very humbling? And what tools have you probably used in order to be able to overcome some of that?
Gee, where do I start? So I fail on a daily basis. So probably 9 out of 10 or 19 out of 20 things I try to fail, and it's just that one little thing that works that picks you back up and takes you through. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, she got so many publishers said this is a stupid idea. Why would people want to read about magic and wizards? And then Thomas Edison with the light bulb. How many investors said who would want a light bulb? I think it was, don't quote me on this, but it was like over 100 or something like that. Crazy.
Yeah. And
so you just gotta accept that like things aren't gonna work, right? But if you keep trying, things will work. An example would be, I had in this charity, the Reforestation Fund, we spent 4 years developing it, making it perfect, making it like the dream charity, and then we put it out there and people didn't want it. So we changed. In the end, people didn't want that. We changed. With Manuka Essentials, I put out beard oil. I put out Manuka oil, and people said, you're lying to me. So I changed it. I put out some other product that didn't work, so I changed it. I put out beard oil. That worked. Great. But then the next product didn't work, so we changed it. We tried different businesses to deal with. They didn't work. We changed our audience. We tried different audiences. We tried different prices. We tried 100 million things, right? And I think most successes you see out there, you see the highlight reel. You see the one or two things that succeeded, but you don't see all those things that didn't work. People don't like to talk about that, and I appreciate that you're talking about this on your podcast, right? But like, if you want to get to that success, you've just got to keep picking yourself back up, and a community and relationships are such an important part of that, because we're all our own biggest enemies, right? And so sometimes you can be really hard on yourself, and it's helpful just to have someone who knows you and cares about you to say, hey, like, you're doing well, like, keep going, you've got it, right?
Yeah, and I absolutely love what you're saying, because at the end of the day, it is difficult to fail, but it's even harder to stand up and try again. But the biggest disservice you could do to yourself is actually not trying to start with. And if you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to try. And so I absolutely love the idea that you tried Manuka oil in a different form and people didn't like it, but you said, you know what, I'm going to try this again. Until you got to somewhere where somebody actually resonated with what you saw. And for me, the fact that you had community around you, people to support you, those were the tools that you essentially leveraged to get yourself through the most darkest periods. And it just And a lot of people, when they get kicked in the teeth, that part of standing up is the hardest thing. And if you don't have the right tools, the right support, it becomes even harder to be able to get up from that place.
I've had a lot of mentors and coaches and that have helped me to see that. And there's part of the reason why I became a coach is to help people pick themselves up and to get that success. But one thing that really surprised me, and this is going to sound silly, probably just even talking about it, but there's this businessman who I grew up with, and he had a lot of successful companies. And I remember maybe 4 or 5 months ago, he posted on LinkedIn saying, we tried this business and it failed. And, we tried all these different iterations, we tried all these different tactics and it failed, so we shut it down. And I was like, wow, that takes so much bravery to actually say that and admit that. Like, I don't really talk about my failures that much because I'm embarrassed by them. The fact that you can say that publicly is amazing. And I'm not saying everyone should do that, but like, sometimes when I'm thinking, I just wish this would work faster and easier and better, I look at these one-hit wonders like Justin Bieber publishes a song on YouTube and then he's this global success, right? And it's easy to think, I wish it was like that, but you don't really see the downside of quick success. And sometimes embracing those failures actually sets you up for longer-term resilience and longer-term success that's more fulfilling. And, the quick sugar hit of winning straight away isn't always what it's cracked out to be.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share as we embark on our mission to impact 1 million African lives by 2026.
This podcast is brought to you by Transformation Leader. You can follow us at www.t4leader.com.